Hello and welcome to another video of quadratic equation. This is the one of the last video. After this, you have just one video, which is what problems and just problems discussing the question paper questions. Maybe this video is about discriminant and the nature of the root. So we'll try to cover up that also in 5 minutes. This video can be smaller because in this video there is not much specifically that we can discuss. Let me just share my whiteboard to you. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think you can see that in a couple of seconds. And yes, you can. So now, guys, in quadratic equation, we have covered up in the quadratic formula video, we have covered up what is quadratic formula specifically, if you remember. Basically, we had a discussion over that. So let me just give you idea. We were basically talking today about discriminant. Okay, the writing is a bit, I need to check that. But discriminant is the form a thing that we are talking about. So discriminant is from the quadratic formula which we have studied x is equals to minus b plus minus square root b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. This is what we have covered up as in quadratic formula, right? So this is basically this part is actually called discriminant. I definitely have told you also about this. So d is usually equals to b square minus 4ac d for discriminant here. Okay. Now, what this is discriminant, as I just told you. So, what does discriminant basically do? How does it tells you the nature of the roots? Basically, the cases are that in case, let's say, if let's first case this is that your discriminant is greater than zero. If d is greater than zero, then you will be having two distinct real roots. Two distinct roots you will be having here. If your if your d is equals to zero, let's say if it is equals to zero, then you will be having real repeated one real repeated root. If third part is if in case your d is less than zero, okay, the case number third, if it is less than zero, then no real roots. No real roots. It is basically imaginary, imaginary root. All right. That's one thing you guys have to remember. Now, let me just help you out to visualize this. Let's say we have a graph. This is my y-axis. This is my other one is my x-axis here. Okay. Let's make some graph. Okay. The first graph is let's say it is like this, cutting the at two specific point. This is basically where you can say that this is here your d is greater than zero. If your d is greater than zero here, all right, then it will be having two real roots. All right, two real roots. In case, let's say, maybe we have this another graph here like this or something better. Maybe I'll just try again. Maybe here. So d is less than zero here. In case of d less than zero, I already told you when d is less than zero, then no real roots. No real roots. And let me just make a third diagram also for you guys, which is basically maybe where only the one root is there. So let's say it is going from here to here. Now this is only cutting at one single point. So that is basically your one real root. One real root. Okay, here your d is equals to zero. All right, this is how simple it is. You need to remember this. So if it cut two times, like twice, then it is two roots, and then touches once, one root, and doesn't touch, no real root. Okay. Now, usually the questions will come as, let's say, for example, you will be having the first question. Roots means like the zeros or the values of x in case you are not able to, like, retain that. We have done that in previous sessions. X square minus 5x plus 6 equals to 0. That's a quadratic equation given. A is 1 here, B is minus 5 here, and C is 6 here, right? So you just apply the formula. D is equals to B square means 5 square minus 5 square minus 4AC, 4 times 1 times C. You do that and you will get D as 25 minus 24, which is basically equals to 1. So D comes out to be 1. If D is 1 here, right? If D is 1 here, then in that case, your D is greater than 0. That means it will have two real values of X, two real and distinct roots you can write down. Okay, that's how simple it is. Now, similarly, if you will be having maybe, let's say I have another question also, just to practice, guys, again, you need to know that. Second is, let's say maybe you will be having x square minus 4x plus 4 is equals to 0. Then in that case also you can mention, let's say, for example, D is equals to B square is minus 4 whole square minus 4 times A times C, and that gives you 16 minus 16, that is equals to 0. So here when D is equals to 0, so here it is one repeated root, one repeated root. Okay, then you can have the third question also, where you will be having, again I'm giving you some all for all of the three ones, at least x square plus 2x plus 5. That's the question, that is equals to 0 again. So in this case, if you will figure out the D, let's say, so it would be D is equals to B square again, so minus 4ac. B square is like 2 square here, in this case minus 4 times A times C, which is basically equals to nothing but 4 minus 20, which is basically minus 16. D less than 0, this would be no real roots, you can say no real roots formed here. Okay, so they will also, very very important question here, I'm telling you, they ask you to find out the value of k in this kind of a question. So I will just write down the question so that you guys can understand. The question usually come as, let's say this is the question: the value find the value of k such that the equation has equal roots. The equation has equal roots. So how will you do that kind of a question if this is the question? Very simple. Simply what you need to do is, if the equation has an equal roots, and let's say the equation is x square plus kx plus 9. In this equation, you have to find out the value of k. They mentioned that it's equal roots. Equal roots means d is equals to 0. Let's say our solution is from here. D is equals to 0. Now if d is equals to 0, that means discriminant is what? K square, means b square minus 4 times a times c is equals to 0. You need to put, because they said b is k here, a is again 1 here, and c is 9 here. Again you apply in the formula and you equate it equals to 0. That would give you k square minus 36 equals to 0. Then k would be equals to plus minus 6. Why? You take 36 to the other side here, and it would give you what? Positive 36 as k square, and it would be plus minus root 36 then. So k value would be equals to what here? 6 plus minus 6. This is the value of k you will be getting, right? So k will be either positive 6 or negative 6. Okay, so that's one thing you need to remember. uh in the next upcoming videos, I will be trying to cover up some more things. You can do these questions for, if you want to test yourself, just for the homework part, or you can say whatever, practice this. Let's say x square plus 7x plus 10 is equals to 0. For the second one, x square plus 6x plus 9 equals to 0. And third is for x square plus x plus 1 equals to 0. You can try these questions, figure out the answer for it, like what are the nature of the roots. Again, in this case, you have to find out nature of roots. Let me write down: find nature of roots. Okay, you need to find out the nature of roots for these questions in homework. Again, you find out discriminant, whatever your discriminant is, according to that you have to tell the answer. That's all for this session. Next video will be about on usually on word problems. Thank you.